Hello and welcome. I'm Hannah Sharp, Programme Director for Fabric, a new strategic organisation for the Midlands, bringing together Dance for Nottingham and Dance Exchange Birmingham. I'm a 43-year-old white female, I have medium-length blonde hair, and today I'm wearing a dress with flowers on. I'm delighted to welcome you to the second edition of the Outdoor Dance Showcase, which is shaped and delivered by partners Fabric and Xtrax. This industry showcase sits within Birmingham International Dance Festival and celebrates the work for outdoor spaces and places. Today we have a fantastic lineup of diverse artists that you are about to see pitch their work. The work is either ready to buy now for touring, or it is being developed to be ready for touring for next year and beyond. The Outdoor Dance Showcase creates spaces to foster fruitful national and international collaboration, and we encourage you to be active in contacting the artists who you're interested in to have a dialogue and find out more about their work. Before we start, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the crucial support that we receive from Arts Council England, without whom much of this activity would not be possible. Please feel free to comment on social media using the hashtag Outdoor Dance Showcase 22, and make sure you follow BIDF, Fabric and Xtrax on social media, as we will be sharing follow-up resources and publications. Thank you and enjoy.
Hello, I'm Tamsin Fitzgerald. I'm a choreographer and the artistic director of Two Face Dance Company. Last year, we were invited by Compton Verney Art Gallery and Park to respond to a sculptural piece of art on their green dwelling site. Compton Verney has the largest collection of folk art in the country, comprised of work by local artists and tangible objects. These objects tell us about our local communities and the identities and shared realities that we have through everyday objects and things we would have used through work and play. I chose to use a piece of art titled Green Dwelling by the artist Corinne de Koning, made with the traditional medieval village in mind, which would have been the local community's original settlements from 1099. The artwork, which consisted of 10 sculptural blocks that framed the landscape, became the beautiful backdrop for the work. Thinking about the intangible forms of folk art, from music, dance, poetic narrative, which helps us to understand how our bodies work together to form identities and communities. We used a range of dance styles from contemporary, folk, parkour, ballet and breakdance to create the work. The piece, entitled Where All Paths Lead, sees the male bodies of the dancers entwining and moving through the different pathways that we journey through in life. Ultimate 22. This 20-minute piece features an incredible score by folk musicians Simon Keep and Joss Down from the band Fishclaw. They have created a work that treads a path and follows unexplored senses. It embraces the powerful possibilities of rhythms and sounds to merge and build, producing trance-like and hypnotic effects to those who hear it. Where All Paths Lead is aimed at family audiences, young, old, it's very intergenerational. When it was first performed, we had a mixture of people who came to see the show, and the response was fantastic. Stunning, beautiful, refreshing, and good for the soul. That was a quote from an audience member. All of Two Face Dance Company's productions are accessible. For Where All Paths Leads, we will provide your festival with an easy read document and a script for audio description. The easy read document is for those that might feel a little anxious about coming to see the work and want to know a little bit more information about it. We can work with you to ensure your marketing and our marketing of the production is accessible for as many people as possible. We are committed to promoting environmental sustainability in everything we do, and a green writing will be sent out to each festival beforehand. Ideally performed on grass, in open spaces, city centres or rural locations, the work features 6 exceptional dancers and 1 drummer. We need a minimum of 10 by 10 metres for the dancers to perform in, and then we suggest that the audience stand 2 metres either side of that. So a 12 by 12 metre space is ideal. We tour lots of our own equipment, but we'll work with you to ensure that each festival has the right equipment needed for the show, including a PA. Set around 4 lightweight aluminium blocks, where all parts lead is a visceral, physical explosion of movement that reflects the identities and communities at each location we perform in. As part of the production, we invite local community groups to get involved, responding to place, landscapes and people, which enables greater social cohesion, community legacy and transformation. Through this programme, the artistic process is shared between professional dance artists and community members, leading to an experience where diversity and inclusivity are embraced. I really hope you've enjoyed the short film, and I look forward to talking to you further about bringing Where All Paths Lead to your festival or event. Thanks for listening.
Hello, my name is Vidya Tirunarayan and I'm the creator and performer of Lives of Clay, and I'm here today with 2 of my creative colleagues. Lives of Clay brings together my 2 passions and areas of expertise, which is Bharatanatyam, which is a form of classical Indian dance, and pottery. And it has been developing over the last 4 years, when the creative team has been experimenting with the performance language, bringing both these mediums together, and then the story that we wish to tell. And finally it's happened, and we've had a fabulous performance at the Brighton Festival.
Vidya performs on a spectacular set, and there's a poetic text by the Indian writer Vayu Naidu, and originally composed music by Barry Gamberg on a huge range of instruments, so it sounds really amazing. It's an intimate show, so for an audience of about 200 people, seated amphitheatre style on 3 sides around the stage, and we like people to be as close up as possible, and it has a footprint of 7 metres by 7 metres, and it needs a hard flat surface. Ideally we need a day either side of the performance, and we can only offer 1 performance per day. We travel with a crew of 3 or 4 on the road, and we do need crew help on site. We tour with our own sound operator and kit, and we have technical packs and marketing packs ready to send.
When you see this, probably we are doing a 3rd or 4th show out of the dozen shows that we have lined up, and by September we should finish this tour. This production has been commissioned by Without Walls Consortium and several partner festivals and the Arts Council of England, and we owe them a big thank you.
We're very keen to partner with festivals and organisations and companies for future touring, so please seek us out at the showcase and connect with us online. And if you like the look of Lives of Clay but only programme for an indoor venue, please speak to us, because we really want to make that happen too. Vidya is also a very experienced teacher in pottery and in dance, so we can arrange wraparound activities and workshops if that's something you'd like.
So we've created 45 minutes of spectacular, vivid, visual, physical theatre. Our piece tells the story of Parvati, the Indian goddess, and it tells the story of Meena, an Indian brick kiln worker. It's about clay. It's about the joy of clay, the pain of clay, about how clay gives us our life, and in our death we return to clay. It is very specific, it's Indian, and it's about India, but it is universal. It's about us all, about all our lives.
Break over, Meena pulls herself from the midday rest into heat-heavy afternoon. Age-old chains of debt extract sweat and tears in the blood break. At the kiln, cords of duty crisscross in human chains. Meena crouches, knees to chin, shovels sand, flowing rich and thick into the brick mold. Slapping, wedging into every corner of the rectangular block. Tapping, smoothing with fingers till mold and clay are one. Parvati's eyes roll skyward. She tears her hair, her form now thunder in the sky-black battlefield. She is Durga, ferocious. She gnashes her teeth, now fangs. Now her mouth is bleeding. Now her tongue is dipped with blood. Now her face is black. The whites of her eyes are crescent moons and bulging. She rips at her sari. She takes a garland, now skulls and bones, and dances to the rhythms of their death rattle. If you're interested in knowing more about this production, please come and chat to Lisa or myself, online, offline, or even in Birmingham. Thank you so much for watching.
Hey, I am Ashley Jordan, the Executive Director of Ascension Dance and the choreographer for The Other Side. The Other Side is an exciting outdoor performance that combines contemporary dance with parkour to bring excitement and energy to parks and green spaces across the UK and further afield. The show is 30 minutes long and can be performed up to twice a day. There's also the option of having workshops that can be packaged with the show at your local park or local green space. Inspired by Leonardo da Vinci's self-sustaining bridge, the show is dance, movement, parkour, physics, engineering, all rolled into one exciting, fun-filled package. Having piloted the show in 2021, we got feedback that said the show was full of energy, risk-taking, and high energy. And we would say the show is for families and children of all ages. It's not a children's show, but it's definitely accessible for everyone. On top of that, with our show, we also have an easy read guide for those people who might find it difficult to be able to follow the narrative throughout the show, as well as it being audio described for UK and English speaking audiences. The Other Side is a static show which has 6 people on tour. That is 4 dancers, 1 tour manager and 1 director to support the get in and the get out of the show. With us, we bring with our set that you can see behind us, which compiles 17 wooden logs, 10 that are longer, more about 9 foot long, and then there's a few which is about 6 foot long, about 5 of those. We also have our flooring, where we have 52 pieces of foam flooring and underflooring so we have stability on our ankles and when we're dancing. We ask festivals and events to provide a PA system, 2 speakers that are going to sit behind the show to give us sound. Sound is so important and drives our show forward. In the case that that's not available, we are able to bring with our own sound solution at additional cost. The show is designed for grass spaces only. It is suitable for festivals, school fields, community settings, any space where you've got a large green area and you're able to have our set and our speakers. We would love to bring The Other Side to you. In terms of narrative, watch 4 dancers get dumped onto an island and have to try and work out what these poles are for. It's all about them fighting for themselves and actually realising at the end of the day we're much better off if we work together and try and solve the puzzle of the bridge. The Other Side was created in 2021 and it toured to Timberfest 2021. It also toured to Creative, Barking and Dagenham, Liverpool with Imagineers Bridge, and also Greenwich and Docklands International Dance Festival. The Other Side is available for bookings in summer 2022 and summer 2023. We'd like to thank our supporters and our collaborators, which are Imagineer for providing the bridge and also helping with support for space, 101 Outdoor Arts for space support and understanding how we can develop the work further, and also Arts Council England for funding the tour in 2022.
Hello, I am Eleni Edipidi and I am the Artistic Director for Levante's Dance Theatre. Also the choreographer and performer for High Tea with a Twist. High Tea with a Twist is an 18-minute outdoor work that is performed by 2 identically dressed female identifying performers, Ruby Gaskell and myself. We dance and perform acrobatics above a beautifully laid tea table and mingle with the crowd for selfies and a cup of tea. The audience will expect glittery cakes, outrageous costumes and theatrical hijinks in an explosion of bright colour and silliness. High Tea with a Twist was delivered in partnership with Founding Music and Battersea Art Centre for Pop-Up London. The aim was to bring tourists and families back to London and celebrate the British culture and London freelance artists. We performed in different London locations such as at Trafalgar Square, King's Cross Station, Elephant and Castle and the Roof Garden at Canary Wharf. All locations attracted quite different kind of audiences, from young families to older people, from office workers to tourists whose first language may not be English. High Tea with a Twist is an engaging show full of whimsy and incredible circus feats. Our audiences enjoyed every moment. An extravaganza of glittery sandwiches, colourful teas and cakes with a twist. Beautifully bijou spectacle. Since then, we had the opportunity to do a week's residency at Flying Fantastic in Peckham, where we worked with finding ways to make our work more accessible with mentors Karina Jones, a visually impaired performer and vocal coach, and Billy Alwan, Artistic Director of Soc Bijou. High Tea with a Twist has been performed at Edge Hill University, Streets of Battle in Rother, at a tea party for care homes at Arts Depot, Orange Pit Market in Middlesbrough, Oldham Jubilee Outdoor Event, Basingstoke Festival, Eastleigh Unwrapped, and our first international touring at Mais Imaginarius Festival of Santa Maria da Feira in Portugal. As an optional extra to booking the show, we offer the opportunity for 3 local performers to join the high tea with a twist duo. High tea with a twist can be performed twice a day, plus optional 10-minute walkabout in advance. There are 3 people on the road, 2 performers and 1 stage manager. Our set, the table and hoop, requires a flat area of 4 meters in diameter. Our setup time is 2 hours maximum and get out time is 45 minutes. Our next stop will be the Shrewsbury Flower Show on the 12th and 13th of August, and we hope to see you there.
Welcome to Fish Out of Water, a colourful and interactive family-friendly dance show that challenges perceptions of immigration. The dancers move through strange places, overcome challenges and obstacles, but ultimately work together to build a home somewhere new.
I'm Michaela Cesarikova, the Artistic Director and Choreographer of Fish Out of Water. I founded MCDC in 2014 because I wanted to inspire the next generation, bring dance into unusual settings and create opportunities to elevate dance for everyone. I like working with strong motifs, whether that's visual or movement. I collaborate with other artists to create striking imagery through set, costume or movement to make dance that inspire and connects people.
I'm Mo Pietroni-Spence and I'm the creative producer. Fish Out of Water is a multidisciplinary show. It blends hip-hop and contemporary dance with a soundscape and live looping from musician Randolph Matthews, as well as interactive set design from artists Jill Bradley and Jonathan Wright. The show explores immigration, belonging and otherness and is inspired by our creative team and audience's diversity and multinationalism. Set in an urban environment of colourful obstacles, the dancers go on an emotional journey, explored through abstract and symbolic imagery. We see the dancers get lost, and in their search they're reaching out to technology, their mobile phones, their sat-navs, and we use our plexiglass, which is integral to the set design of the piece, and it becomes an imagination point that changes form throughout the show.
The choreography blends hip-hop grooves, responds to the live-generated music and brings the narrative to life in a contemporary context. It draws on the dancers' individual skills, charisma, openness and the way they build connections with each other and the audience. The dancers interact and invite the audience to help them build a home wherever we go.
Hello, my name is Randolph Matthews. I am a composer and performer, and I am working on the Fish Out of Water piece, doing the producing and music creation. My contribution to the Fish Out of Water piece is to create an atmosphere, a live experience that an audience can be involved in, to interact, to make that music interactive in terms of sound effects, beatbox and atmospheres to get people involved.
We started Fish Out of Water in 2021 with the Open Sesame Fund with the Creative Folkestone. The R&D was happening outdoors with the local community, with the multinationalism community Folkestone has and the Roma youth we were working with. The pilot performance at Folkestone Triennial was very mesmerizing and fun to watch. Children joined in, climbing and copied the dancers. Part of Fish Out of Water, we do offer workshops and dancers deliver them through their dance skills and exploring the theme Fish Out of Water within them.
We'd love to take Fish Out of Water to an international audience. I think our themes would carry really well across borders, particularly at the moment, but also the themes of immigration and feeling a sense of belonging. It's about looking at difference in a new way and finding what unites all of us, the journey that we all go on. Fish Out of Water is a mid-scale, self-sufficient touring piece, and we can store all of our set in a transit van. The piece lasts around 25 minutes with up to 3 performances a day. We're a team of 6 when we're on the road, 3 dancers, 1 musician and 2 support crew.
I'm from Slovakia, and the piece started that someone called me that I'm an immigrant, and until now I didn't really notice that word. So I wanted to look at Fish Out of Water in the different way and look at it at a positive aspect.
And that's really, I think, the message that we would hope people take away from our piece, that we want people to look at difference in a new way. We want them to appreciate each other's differences and find a sense of community and belonging.
I loved it. I liked the participation. I didn't know if it was planned or not, but it looked interesting.
I felt the energy and it sort of flowed through the whole crowd, and I liked how everyone sort of came together.
Oh, I thought it was interesting. You know, it's really sort of major pink, and I love the interaction with the children.
Hi everybody, my name is Michael Marceau-Rivière. I'm the creative director and choreographer for Compagnie Décalage and Marceau-Rivière. I'd like to welcome you to my pitch video for the outdoor performance Tea Break. I'm based in the UK, and the show that I'd like to talk to you about is a 20-minute long promenade style kind of performance. It can be adapted to pretty much any site specific that are open with a smooth floor, suitable for families, young people, adults, dance audience.
Hi, my name's Sita Patel and I'm the Artistic Director of Sita Patel Dance, and I've choreographed the reimagined version of Stravinsky's Rite of Spring in Bharatanatyam. As a performer, I've worked with a range of companies both nationally and internationally. I've also established myself as a choreographer and maker for both stage and film. As a choreographer, performer and collaborator, I've worked on multiple projects that have won several awards. I'm really passionate that my company provides an inspirational and aspirational space for young dancers. We do it through offering different training development, including mentoring, workshops, but also offering dancers the role of an apprentice within the company so they can experience a professional touring environment and the rigours of what that means. Also, there are many practical skills which I believe are really important for dancers to grow and develop their own voices. And we hope that the company can offer more and more of these opportunities alongside our professional work. Stravinsky's Rite of Spring is such an iconic piece of music that has been interpreted time and time again by many choreographers. In its very first performances, it created riots in Paris. It's such an incredible piece of work that has continued to translate and influence choreographers and musicians over many, many decades. The original story of the Rite of Spring is a pagan folk tale in which a community identifies a chosen one to be sacrificed so that spring can be welcomed. One of the biggest challenges when making the Rite of Spring is this epic score, which has so many shifts and ebbs and flows, and the rhythms are so mercurial and changeable. So the very first thing I did was work with a musicologist who helped me translate the patterns and the music into something that I would be able to talk to the Indian classical dancers about in a language that we all understood. The way I chose to begin my interpretation of the Rite of Spring was by being really led by the ebb and flow of the music. The music is so changeable, the rhythms are so erratic, yet it creates this urgency, and I've taken it as a very playful beginning, almost that they're playing a game of tag or chase. However, nobody quite knows who is chasing and who is following and what's pushing them and pulling them. Essentially, the way I see it, it's nature, it's the earth that's calling them and pushing them away. This version of my Rite of Spring began as an ensemble of 6 dancers with recorded music for an indoor stage space. We're planning to expand the work to work with a 73-piece live orchestra and 12 dancers in the coming year. In between this process, we've been able to present the work and reimagine it for an outdoor space. The outdoor work was premiered last summer at City Park in Bradford as part of the Summer Unlocked programme in 2021. This summer, 2022, we'll be presenting the outdoor version as part of the Waterman's Bell Square programme, both during the daytime and in the evening with lighting. This show is really for everybody. It's such a vibrant and bold piece of music and dance. We feel it will be accessible to everyone, young, old and everything in between. It's accessible for all the family, people interested in classical dance and music, and those who have never experienced either. It may have particular significance to those from a South Asian and global majority background, and those with an interest in storytelling, narrative and entertaining performance. We feel that this work can connect to those who may not normally want to go into a theatre environment. The Rite of Spring has been brought together by an amazing creative team. I've worked with Warren Letton to create the lighting design, Jason and Anshu in Bangalore, who made the wonderful hand-printed silk costumes, and I've worked with Sarah Sheed of Spin Arts as the producer. As part of the supporting activity for this performance, we will be able to offer audiences that are visually impaired with the option of audio-described versions. As part of our wraparound activities, we're happy to offer workshops and talks alongside the performance. The work will be available to be presented from this summer 2022 onwards. Technical riders and fees are available by contacting Sarah Sheed at Spin Arts.
Hello everyone, I'm Charlotte, producer for Sonia Sabri Company. I am delighted to be able to share with you our new outdoor dance, music and puppetry project, Mogul Miniatures. Mogul Miniatures is a vibrant, elegant and fun participatory performance project. It is inspired by traditional miniature paintings from the Indian and Persian traditions. Mogul Miniatures is a series of pop-up, living pictures evoking scenes of Indian princely courts with a contemporary twist, undercutting expectations and delighting passers-by. Imagine a Bedouin camp of nomadic artists arriving with a fanfare into your community, an idyllic Mughal garden with archways, the arrival of a palanquin containing ornate paintings. A beautiful queen looks for a new husband from amongst the audience. A monsoon, where peacocks come out in anticipation of the cool rains. An elephant puppet offers his trunk to passers-by, all accompanied by upbeat and joyful music, mixing Punjabi folk with more urban beats. Mogul Miniatures is flexible and scalable, touring to town squares, parks, courtyards, school playgrounds and high streets. We have a small-scale version of 10 minutes with 4 people on tour, to a mid-scale version of 2 different performances with 8 people on tour. The third larger scale would offer 5 different performances or activities in a mini festival with 15 people on tour, including musicians and visual artists. This larger scale would be a full camp setup with beautiful tents, pavilions and booths. A revolving programme of performances and workshop activity would be offered in these spaces each day. We need access to power, a PA system, a secure changing area. We tour with our own technical staff. As well as standalone dance, music and visual arts workshops, we can offer more in-depth participation projects with community groups, schools and libraries. We work with the participants of all ages to devise their own movement material and design to be woven into a processional performance piece to open the show. And we're also excited about collaborating with local amateur dance and music groups. Indian and Persian miniature paintings of the 9th and 10th centuries were very multicultural, drawing influences from many traditions, and we too are excited about the creative potential of inviting different groups and art forms to perform at our Mogul Court. Mogul Miniatures is entirely suitable for international touring and for engaging audiences whose first language isn't English. The focus will be on movement, mime and music with universal themes. You're now going to hear from our artistic director Sonia and experience a bit more of what Mogul Miniatures will look and feel like. Enjoy.
Mogul Miniatures is going to be an outdoor spectacle of dance, music, visual arts and puppetry. We're currently working on all of those art forms, looking at how they will celebrate these amazing miniature paintings that derive from, way back from 9th, 10th century, starting in Persia. They're just amazing paintings that illustrate the beauty of life. I call them the Instagram of its time. So this is the Instagram of 9th century.
Painting that depicts a certain time in history. Who are they representing? Particularly, I know Sonia's interested in looking at the female characters that are depicted in them.
We're really interested in making surprises about identity, who we are, where we are, and not necessarily that what we look like is what we represent.
I think any audience that has the luck to be around when this show performs will have their feelings uplifted. They'll see beauty, they'll see meaning, they'll be able to think about the paintings in their own way, to be able to go back home and have a look at them themselves and see more in them. You don't have to go to a theatre to see this. It will come to you in the outdoor space.
It could be a shopping mall, it could be a park, it could be an urban town centre.
The composition at the moment for this outdoor production is loosely based on Punjabi folk music, and we have used sarangi, some dhol drummers and other percussionists to create this piece.
This project, so much of it is very much in relation to performance and design at the same time, because the choreography relates to the set and the set relates to the choreography. There are so many different possibilities that the show can go into. It's really important that we've had this time to all come together and figure out how all of our creative brains work together.
So we're really, really excited about coming into a space, into a town and making this amazing, moving miniature painting, and we're going to do it in a very fun fun, spectacular way, it's going to be something for everyone to enjoy and to think about.
Hello everyone, my name is Johnny. I am the creative director of Autin Dance Theatre, and this is our outdoor dance showcase pitch for Out of the Deep Blue as part of BIDF 2022. Autin Dance Theatre is an ensemble of creatives that devise and produces engaging performances in theatres, outdoor and in unusual spaces. Out of the Deep Blue is a highly acclaimed mid-scale outdoor art performance in physical theatre, dance and puppetry. It features a 13-foot tall sea giant puppet called Echo and a female contemporary dancer. Out of the Deep Blue has been specifically designed for children, young people, their families and festival audiences. It tells the magical story of a sea giant called Echo that rises from the depth of the ocean and meets on the shore a little girl called Violet. Our sea giant, Echo, is 13 feet tall and is being operated by 5 world-class puppeteers, whilst the role of Violet is played by an East Asian performer. Our show has been inspired by the themes of the climate emergency and the biodiversity crisis, and more particularly around plastic pollution and how we treat the ocean. During our research in 2020 and 2021, we realized that at its core, our story is one of compassion, empathy, and understanding towards the natural world. We premiered the work last year in May 2021 in Birmingham and have since then been touring extensively all around the UK and internationally. This year, to respond to the high demand for our work, we have 2 teams and 2 sea giant puppets out on the road. We are thrilled to be visiting huge festivals like Wilderness, Greenwich, Docklands, Hat Fair, and so many more. Please check out our website at www.autindt.co.uk for more information. Out of the Deep Blue is a tale told in 2 parts. First is a promenade, a 25-minute interactive walkabout of the sea giant, meeting audiences and playing with the architecture and the environment of the festival. Second is a static performance with the audience on 3 sides, with Echo meeting Violet. There and then, Echo and Violet tell us their stories, an impactful dialogue around our own climate emergency crisis told through dance and masterful puppeteering. We are a very friendly, flexible and approachable dance company with years of experience working outdoors and with international festivals. For more information around our tech requirements or our flexible models of presentation, including audio description and easy read guides, please visit our website. We are really interested in developing new producing and programming relationships in North America, in particularly in Canada, and across Europe, in Spain, France, and Germany. The success of this production is largely due to the amazing creatives that I've managed to bring together. It's always been super important to me that I bring the best of the people in their fields, and to name just a few, we have worked with Ben Thompson, our expert in puppetry, whose credit includes Warhorse from the National Theatre. Our puppet maker and designer is Tom Cleaver from Mr. Cleaver's Monsters, based in Leicester. And our partner as part of this project include MAC, Midlands Art Centre, Dance Exchange. We received some blueprint R&D funding from Without Walls, and we are currently being funded by Arts Council England. Out of the Deep Blue has been inspired by the themes of the climate emergency and the biodiversity crisis. With this in mind, it's been really important to us that we developed new green theatre making practices for outdoor, from the initial R&D to the development of the work and currently to its touring models. We really believe that we all have a part to play in contributing to our environmental sustainability. And hopefully, with the messaging around this show, we can start to inspire change. In terms of the technical requirements around our show, we can perform out of the deep blue walkabout into static show up to 3 times per show day, with a minimum of 90 minutes in between each of the performances for rest. We require a flat and even surface of 10 by 10 meters. We come with our own soft mats jigsaw puzzle of 7 by 7, our own scenography, our own PA, speakers, mixing desk and microphones. Last year, we performed in front of over 85,000 people in the audience at international festival, village fairs and outdoor arts events. I'm really pleased to report that the shows have gone down a storm, the reviews have been amazing from press, media and the audiences, and I firmly believe that this year Out of the Deep Blue will again be this summer's hottest ticket. We decided to push the project a little bit further, and we commissioned an author and an illustrator to produce a beautiful children's book called Violet and the Sea Giant. Thank you for watching our little pitch video, and we would love to hear from you. So please don't hesitate to give us a follow on social media, to check out our updates and drop us an email so we can be in touch. Thank you.
Experimental dance battle that's been curated and produced by Marceau, who also was presenting his work today. And then we have a Friday till Sunday, a packed program with over 20 companies performing, both international and from the UK. So for those who are not able to join us, I would like to invite you to our online digital program that's available on our website, bidf.co.uk. We have incredible series of screen dance program, including a curation by First Nation artists from Australia and Canada. And it is a program that's in the context of the Commonwealth Games that take place in Birmingham in July and August. So some of our festival program is also, about putting spotlight on artists from these Commonwealth territories and nations. We also have a discussion program that's available online now, and I'm actually really passionate about it. It's a program curated by the incredible Grace Okereke. It's called Come and Talk, and basically she worked with artists from South Africa, India, Australia and Canada and the UK, and they all gathered in a really open and honest and thought-provoking conversation about what the influence of the UK's colonial history has had on their artistry, practice and identity. I think that's one of the things that's not to be missed. The conversation's incredible and privileged to listen to be honest. So that's from me. I hope to see you on tomorrow, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. And if not, I hope you enjoyed today, and I will now pass to Irene, who will wrap up today and tell you a little bit more about what's going to happen in Birmingham.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you for that lovely invitation. And thank you to everybody for attending today's online program for the Outdoor Dance Showcase 2022. We started this morning with a relaxed networking session where we heard updates on projects and events, both in the UK, but also in Spain, Germany, and South Korea. It's so great to see that things are moving again after 2 years of pandemic. We also had a chance to talk about some of the current opportunities and challenges that are facing the outdoor dance sector. And I'm sure that those conversations will continue on SOCCAD and in person in Birmingham. So many of you coincided in saying that connecting, reconnecting, and building networks is one of the main reasons for joining this event. And we're really pleased to be doing that both online and in person this year. The networking session was followed by a panel discussion on alternative models of dance creation in the public space, where the speakers brought together different views on the dancing body outdoors, with a big focus on the audience's experiences. Finally, we have just heard from 9 artists who have new works available for touring, and we encourage you all to visit their exhibitor booths in the exhibitor hall to connect, as well as follow up any conversations in person in Birmingham this weekend. Our programme for today has finished, but all the content will continue to be available for you on the SOCCAD platform until Monday, the 4th of July. You can download the context you have made directly from the platform and continue to exchange messages both through your browser as well as by using the SOCCAD app. As a reminder, the Outdoor Dance Showcase programme will continue tomorrow in person. For those who are able to make it to Birmingham in the evening, we will meet you for drinks at the Rep from 6 p.m, so please come and say hello. After that, Friday will be the main in-person day for the showcase, with a programme taking place at the Exchange, right next to where the shows will be happening. You can come and collect your name badges and programmes from 8:30 a.m. Then we will start at 9 a.m. with a welcome coffee and informal networking, which will be followed by an artist-led roundtable from 10:30 to 12 on the topic of dancing with the community, exploring the role of dance in building back a sense of place and human connection after the pandemic. After that, we will all have lunch together. From 2 p.m, the streets and squares of Birmingham will be taken over by some of the best outdoor dance shows as part of the BIDF artistic programme. We will culminate the Outdoor Dance Showcase 2022 on Friday evening with some drinks from 6:30 p.m. onwards to celebrate. As you see, we have a full programme of events still to experience. But for now, we would like to take this opportunity to thank our wonderful partners at BIDF and Fabric, Dance For and Dance Exchange Together, as well as the crucial support that we receive from Arts Council England to run these events as part of our Platform for UK programme. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in person from tomorrow evening in Birmingham. Until then, bye-bye.